Okay, hello. So this is Islands of Insight. Can't seem to get to play game on my controller. Don't know if it's controller. It is in early development. It's pre-beta with the playtest. But yeah, we've got there's no NDA. You're free to stream. It says. So we're gonna see what it's like, and it looks interesting. So I thought I was play this. All you have to do is click request access on the Steam page, and it's open till the 21st of September, I believe. So if you're interested, you can join in the beta for yourself and have a play, and see what it's like. Don't know what the full price of the game is, if it's going to be free to play or what, but we're going to play, and hopefully on controller. But if not, then I'll go keyboard and mouse for a minute. It is ridiculously hot right now, so I am melting. You might see. Melting, and let's just say it's ridiculously hot. Okay, don't know how long it's going to take to load in, but again, early development, so things are likely to change, things are likely to get improved, like loading times and things, so don't let that put you off if we are stuck in this screen for however long we might be stuck in it. The dots that were in the bottom right hand corner seem to have vanished, which is interesting. Okay, but I'm going to assume we're going to get to play soon. And I think it's like always online, so everyone that's in the game will be running around. I don't know if it's like everyone, there's probably different worlds and things for different regions, and probably limits to the amount of people in each of the worlds, so it probably spreads them around a bit, but it is an online game from what I am aware of. Okay, but I would like to play, and if I thought that it was going to take this long to load, maybe I might have just loaded in beforehand and then got in, but I'm sure we're not going to be sat in this for half an hour having streamed something else when we sat in a lobby for like 50 minutes the other day, and it's like, especially in this heat, running two PCs, not really the best to be sitting melting away. I'm completely melting already. Maybe streaming wasn't the best idea. Maybe we should have waited till the weather cleared up. I know, but it is what it is. Music is blaring. I'm playing, and we are waiting. Get in. Maybe I'll try clicking on the map. My mouse. Okay, the dots have reappeared. Maybe I needed to. Well, made the music stop for a moment. Interesting. It is in pre-alpha development. You may encounter bugs. I would call this a bug. I would definitely call this a bug, that it has taken me to the menu and I can't interact with it. That's definitely a bug. Maybe I might end the stream until I can figure out how to actually get into the game, and then it crashes. That's what happens. That's 100% what happens. I don't think it liked that I changed its window from borderless to full screen and then changed it from focus to my actual monitor resolution. Then it tried to load in what it wanted, and it wanted something smaller and stupid, and that broke it. And I might have broken it entirely as a result. Is it going to ask me to make my name again? And is it going to be now, no, your name was not available because you just lost it? To the crash? Or is it going to know? No guarantee of any completeness, accuracy, timelines, or non-infringements. That's interesting. It might be containing infringing content. I can't guarantee that it doesn't. And now my mouse pointer has vanished entirely, which is even harder to navigate to find the play game button. There it is. Oh no. Oh no. My mouse pointer was to the right of where it actually was because I couldn't see it. I couldn't know that. It's loaded back into its stupid resolution where if I want to click on this blue thing, I have to click over here. And this is why I didn't ever play Don't Starve, because Don't Starve has the same issue where for some reason you want to click here, you have to click over here. And it's impossible to play because you just have to like hover and hover and hover until you feel where it is. And it's stupid. So if it's gone into a stupid resolution that's in the middle of nowhere, again, it's pre-beta, it's just a playtest, and this is, you know, they'll figure these things out, and hopefully they will watch this video and see the issues that I am raising, because I hate, and it's impossible to play games that you want to click on something and you have to click elsewhere on the screen, and you have to try and figure out where your actual thing is because it's not actually where the mouse pointer is. Literally unplayable. And Don't Starve never fixed that, so I can't ever play that. So yeah, that's why I can't play that. Because for some reason, the game is built, I'm guessing it's the game's built in its own perspective and they've got a wider screen than me or something, and you know, my perspective 1920 by 1080, it's not quite, you know, the mouse doesn't line up with where they want it to line up, which is weird because I don't know how you'd ever program it to be like the mouse isn't actually where the mouse is and it's clicking somewhere else. But somehow they've managed it, and this is the next game that has somehow managed that. And yeah, that's just like, I don't know how you program that. That's, you know, challenging, and I don't know how you'd fix that either. So good luck. But yeah, that's not ideal, is it? Okay, hopefully we will be able to get in and play. Because it probably resets all of the visuals back to what they want, and mouse not clicking where it wants to, or you know, where you think it clicks. Okay, the dots are dotting, so we're actually getting in now. But if I have to play on keyboard and mouse, not on controller, or is it just resetting back to the beginning? Because it's the disclaimer again. Okay. Good job. Good game. Okay, I mean, the mouse does seem to be clicking where it's clicking, but I don't think we're getting into the game. I think we're just listening to this music and watching this picture, and that's as much as we're getting. It doesn't want to load. Okay, the dots are dotting. Dots are dotting, sort of. So maybe it's loading? Or is it just going to kick us back out to the screen again? In which case, I can see why no one's streaming this right now. Because the game doesn't load. But that's why it's a playtest, to figure these things out, right? Okay, the dots are no longer dotting. Going to be able to get into the game. You're going to see absolutely nothing in the game. We're in the game! We were in the game. That's the game! One brief look. And now the dots are flipping in a circle. Okay. The auroral. I will give you a substance form. Okay. We must choose a vessel. Male or female. And okay, so body form for you. It's a terrible joke. Okay, form must mean gender. Okay, skin color. Always eggshell white. Tina. Oh, you can change the glow. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually a neat touch. Like, you can have a skin gender and a glow. Gender, a skin color, and a glow. I'm gonna go with a blue glow, eggshell, burnish. Okay, that's like so many layers of colors just to the skin color. And an aura as well. What kind of glow do we want? Okay. I mean, a bit of a light glow. The yellow might be a bit much, mightn't it? You know, we'll go with that, and then a luster as well. How lustrous do we want it? 34%. And then we can make some markings on the skin as well. But as you can see, okay, those ones are maybe a bit more visible, but these ones, not visible at all on our skin because we are already clearly apparently that anyway. I'm going to take it because, you know, it's a marking and it fits us apparently. Okay, the face. What face do we want? Probably going to go with that one. Eyes. Eyebrow colour. I mean, where's the hair colour? There's hair colour. Eye colour. Okay. I'll go with the orange. Well, we can have a really funky hair. That's kind of cute. Warlord princess. I mean, I always go with the blue hair, don't I? Ethereal glow. What glow do we want? Ooh, actually, that's kind of cool. Should I go yellow? Yeah, the pink's a bit much. Let's go with that, although the blue glowing through it, the green. Maybe the green glowing through it because, you know, it's just sort of our things, and then... Oh, these look awful. Get rid of all of them. Okay, let's get rid of markings. I like that. Okay, so fairly simplistic character creation, but, you know, it's still something. Change the appearance at any time, sure. This is our character. You know, you don't get all the millions of sliders that you do in other things. Echoes of time carry a story. Aurora created this realm from the memories of another world. It was silent until the edge of the universe shattered. Sparks of energy spilled across our lands, creating a new form of life. She called us Seekers, and crafted a journey of discovery to help us thrive. Now awaken, Seeker! It is time to begin your journey. Explore the island and solve the mysteries within. Okay, now we get to explore. Can play on controller. Oh my god, the lag. Okay, so I feel that the settings are all on epic. Okay, the FPS, the server, blah 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 blah, auto hold. Okay, you have gone back to label resolution, borderless label. I don't think it likes 1920 by 1080. You know, I don't think it likes that. But, you know, okay, so that's fine. The view distance, I mean, the anti-aliasing I'm going to turn down to medium. The post-processing I'm going to turn down to light. Shadows, we don't need so high. The textures, keep high. The effects, I'm going to turn down to medium. The foliage, I'm going to turn medium. No option at all on distance shadow quality. Let's just turn off then, because at least then there's an option. Motion blur, off. Volumetric fog, medium. Okay, apply. Don't crash. Don't break, because you don't seem to like my settings. You want to be on focus, label. This you have a window. It is existence. I don't think it likes my graphic settings. Which is ironic, because they are lower than the settings that the game is currently running at. But, you know, I want to VSync. Maybe it'll take desyncing, because people love to run their things at 8,000 frames a second, pointlessly. And it might not like that. It probably doesn't like not being on label, actually. And it probably doesn't like being full screen rather than Windows. But, you know, it's a playtest, and that's why they figure these things out. So maybe I should just leave it on. You have a monitor. It's something. And not change it to my actual resolution. It doesn't seem to. It wants to run it at a smaller window. I've noticed that. Because that was the first crash. And now I've frozen it, so it's gonna be buggy again, isn't it? We'll get into the game eventually. Okay, just, you know, could you unfreeze so I can actually play? That would be nice. It's gonna crash and completely break, isn't it? Ay. Come on. You loaded it up. All you have to do is apply the settings. I guess it's applying the settings to the whole world, which is awkward. But I don't know. Like, it did seem to be updating some of these as I was clicking them. You can do it, game. You can go into full screen and not Windows and be at my resolution. You can do this. I believe in you. You can let me play now. I believe. Hopefully it will have at least saved the character that we created. If we do have to load it again, because probably gonna have to load it again, aren't we? It is annoying that it doesn't like my settings. Man, it is way too hot. I am dripping. Come on. Why are you still frozen? There we go. It crashed. It really doesn't like being changed from label to an actual setting. Okay, Right, I'm gonna at least turn it down to 60 FPS and desync so that it runs smoothly and isn't trying to run at like unlimited frames, which is just completely buggy and unplayable for streaming. You know, it's like variable frame rate doesn't work. It runs slower at variable frame rate. Just let me have desync and 60 FPS at the very least. Come on. I will leave it on your stupid label that is not actual resolution. Maybe it's upscaling it too much, because like I said, it seems to want to run at a smaller window, so it probably can't handle upscaling all the models, because again, you know, it is early access. It's not even released. During this playtest, old game and your progression will not carry over for future playtests. Okay, right. Options. You remain on label, but remain on borderless. I don't use borderless. Turning the bloom off though. I hate bloom. The view distance. I mean, Epic should be fine. Anti-aliasing, you know, the post-processing, the shadows, I'll leave them on medium. The textures, high. The effects, I'm going to put on medium. The foliage, you know, medium. Distant shadows. Maybe I shouldn't mess with distant shadows. I hate motion blur. The volumetric fog, we can do that. Okay, apply. Save. Maybe I should have clicked save on the settings. Okay. Now, we have a character. We've saved the settings. We've left it as stupid label. Non-existent, you don't have a window. We've left it borderless so we can accidentally click off into windows and, you know, ruin the stream. So, you know, because people love borderless windows, so you can accidentally click off into other windows off the game, and, you know, especially in where at least it's not a first-person shooter where you're going to be, you know, literally pushing the mouse to its extremes at the edges quickly and, you know, definitely clicking off the screen. So it's unlikely, perhaps, in a game like this that we might click off the screen, but, you know, in first-person shooters, it's for definite. You're going to be clicking off the screen. I've done it so many times that I don't want borderless windowed. That's the way that it runs. Okay, the dots have vanished. But if it kicks us back to the menu rather than out the game entirely, it might then load. Might. The dots are not circling, the dots are doing nothing. I mean, we got into the game, it just wasn't running smoothly because it was not saving my settings. 23 minutes later. We'll get in. We will. At some point. I'm sure. Come on, game. You can do this. Right. If I click now when there's no dots, it will probably crash. So we need to just be patient. Wait for the dots. But it is nice to know that we can play on controller. You just can't click play game from the menu on controller, because they haven't added controller functionality to the menu yet. But again, we sit in this. We were so there, but then it crashed. Then it crashed. I am definitely a sweaty mess. Dots! Okay. Very briefly. Very briefly, it had some loading. Better than it crashing. Okay, dots. Dots. Reset back to the menu. And this is what it took to get into it in the first place. It resets back to the menu, then you go back in again and it actually loads. Different music. Okay. Then actual dots that are actually active. Okay. Now, will it force me to make my character again? Because I might have to make my character all over again. Because I don't know if it saved it. Okay, the dots are not staying as active as I would like. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, you can do this. You can get us back into the game with the settings that will run smoothly. It'll be good. Circle dots, and we heard noise as though we might be in the game. The circle dots means it's loading at least something. There we go, let's go. And, you know, it's not the smoothest, but it's running okay. But it is, like I say... Ooh, that looks actually really nice, like a oil painting. That's actually really cool. Like, I know it's a distant wall painting, and it's, you know, not actually distant shadows, I can see that. But it's still pretty cool as a oil painting effect. I'm guessing in the full release, these will be like actual clouds and actual moving phenomena, rather than a world box. But, you know, as a world box, it's still pretty cool. And, like, lots of actual cities and things over there. So, yeah, and we're in. We're actually in. Follow the Wandering Echo. I can do that. Spacebar top B to jump. Well, I don't have spacebar top B. I have A. And then we've got a graffitied little piece of thing. Right trigger to sprint, and then we will continue to follow the path because that thing's going. Edward found hidden archway. Well, I haven't found a hidden archway yet. Cutscene. Lag. Almost flew off the edge of the cliff because of the lag. Okay, we followed the Wandering Echo. A bit of insight begins. Are we meant to be jumping off and flying to that pyramid, or are we going over here? It's a good job we didn't fly off when it lagged out there then, isn't it? LB to change point of view to third person. Oh, come on. Excuse me? Excuse me? That is not my character. You can change this at any time. I am going to change it as soon as I can figure out how to. Okay, left click in the grey cell to trigger it dark. Left click to interact with it, but also inside the menu. X is left click outside of it. Okay, so you mean one of those grey squares. Left click a grey square to toggle it dark. Connect all the dark cells. Ah. I don't get it. I mean, I'm... Wow. What? Huh? Okay, A makes it dark. Okay, gamepad face button right. B. Left click against cell to gamepad face button right next. There is no gamepad face button right. Exit is gamepad face button right. Okay, so B, like I pressed, but that, okay, so I guess I need to actually click on that one. Okay. Then a different button to toggle it. Get off my screen, because you're bugging it. Connect all light cells. Okay, easy. Okay. Connect all dark cells. Drag to paint cells quickly. Okay, I mean, easy enough. Some puzzles have multiple rules. Connect all light cells and connect all dark cells. Okay. I mean, easy. Easy enough. Blur of Insights completed. Okay. It begins! Solve the logic rift. Up there. Okay, it's the Rubik's Cube, I guess. And let's not fall off. Do not fear the depths below. If you fall, no harm will ever come to you. But how would we ever get back up? How would we ever get back up? Okay, and then into the puzzle we go. Okay, connect all dark cells and connect all the light cells. This one is a little more challenging. I mean, the fact that it goes red like that is like, you have failed, which is perhaps telling you a bit too easily. You know, you have messed this up. I just pressed the wrong button. I knew what I was doing. We have unlocked the rift. And it has bounced me! Moment of discovery. Over. Okay, cutscene. Please explore, but should you need help, you'll find the blue guide stones. I want to change my character. To me. Because you have not saved the character that I have made. How do I change this ugly, ugly, ugly character that isn't me? How do I go to change my character? You said I can change this at any time. Upgrades. Okay, so there's upgrade trees. I mean, a double jump seems pretty nice. Let's begin with that. Can't afford anything else. That'll do. Mastery. Customization. Okay, form, female again. Skin, skin color. Eggshell. Oh, here she is. She saved. Why was she just vanished? Clothing. Headpiece. Gloves. You have to buy things with insight though. But, you know, we got some of the things. Okay, so I think that's relatively our character. It looks like her. I don't know why it didn't save her form to begin with, but there we go. Okay, right. There we go. There's our character back. Just started me off with some Papega man. That definitely wasn't us. Okay. Do not make this pattern. Do not make this pattern. Oh, I see. You mean anywhere. I mean, yeah. Got it. Okay, we did make that pattern. 45. Okay, so basically it's a lot of ever increasing logic puzzles. Press and release to form a link. It's funny that left mouse button is a million different things. Oh, we want to link red to red. Logic. That's not the same shape. Okay, so we need to find... Wrong target, yeah. That is also red. But we need to find the same shape of that. But there's someone else that we can go jump around that's looking demonically at the floor. Someone called Solo. Okay, well, the green one, that also doesn't link to that because that's a different icon. Wrong target, quite clearly. Zada's trying to figure it out. Okay, there's different green there. The turn in sensitivity is way too low. Okay. Random archways that come into existence. That's pretty cool. We solved and got some logic out of that. Okay. Oh, am I matching red to green and the same shape? Okay. Well, that linked. Okay. Matchbox mystery. In which case, we probably know where everything is. Because that is the same shape. But I did it red to green. But I think we need to do it green to red. Now, where was that other one? The other one was hiding down here. But I also need to be able to see the other thing to link it. That's a more difficult challenge. Perspective to actually see to that one. I don't think we're going to be able to get to see it. Okay. Red to green. Let's try red to green and maybe it'll match. It did. Okay. We did it. We leveled up. But where is the partner for this? No, we have solved that one already. Okay. Next puzzle. Don't make that pattern. Don't make that pattern. Easy. More hidden archways. Okay, there's a pyramid down there. I would like to turn my sensitivity up. Is there a way that I can do that? Controls. Sensitivity. And it says mouse sensitivity. I'm going to assume that that messes with the controller sensitivity as well. Right? It does not. There is no option for controller sensitivity. It's fine. We'll just live with it. Right, we've matched that one. What is this? Identify the hidden relic. Find 5 hidden relics within the boundary. Okay. There's one. Right. So, hidden objects. Finding time. There's another. Not the most hidden, but I guess, you know, it's a tutorialization to the hidden relics. Now, that one's hidden in the trees. Undoubtedly, there's going to be one on the roof, right? Just awkwardly hidden on the roof or in the roof. Bet it's on top of the roof. Did I get that one? Okay, I mean, it's not letting me click on it, so I'm going to assume that I've collected that one. I mean, I would place one absolutely on the roof. Right, there it is. Just hidden in the grass. Hidden pentat. Easy. Okay. Connect all the dark cells, connect all the light cells. Okay, so we need that because the light cells need to get through that. Okay, so if we... I mean, that's fine, whatever. My controller... Awkwardly, you have to use the analog stick to do this, so... Fine, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what I should do is just go down the outsides and then... Let me do that. Easy. Okay. I mean, you know, I wasn't thinking too hard about it. Just like do things and solve it from what is left over. Because it just tells you the answers anyway. I feel like there's another hidden archway. Like there was one in every other direction. Surely there's going to be a hidden archway over in this direction as well that we need to find. But otherwise, you know, we've kind of solved it. It is interesting to see the characters that the other people are as well. God, this turn in circle sucks. Okay, now, if we solve this cube, solve 10 puzzles to earn a Mirabilis. Oh, someone else has embraced the green hair, bluey hair. Moments of discovery. Okay, we found all of the archways. It was a campaign quest and I didn't realise it. Gather the Mirabilis, the energy known realm. Each Mirabilis you collect will open more islands for you to explore. Okay, we can go to more islands. Gauge pad bottom collect. Or are they all blue hair because I'm blue hair? The Mirabilis is your main form of progression campaign. Reward you with Mirabilis. As you gather more Mirabilis, you awaken new lands. Okay. I wonder if me choosing blue hair has given all of them blue hair. Because I don't think they've all chose the same hair colour as me as you run away before I can even look. You know, it's a bit funny that because I've chosen this hair colour, you now have my hair and my hair glow. It's probably a bug. Okay, what is this puzzle? Would you like to describe a description of this puzzle? I mean, considering it's called matchboxes, I'm guessing we need to think. Could you discover a cube bearing the runic symbol? Seek its partner hidden nearby. We did this matchbox puzzle. Oh, it's... I see. These are help things. It's not a puzzle in itself. My mistake. It was the help. We already solved everything. We don't need that. Look through all the golden rings, but not the black ones. Okay, that's actually interesting. Aha! There. Easy. Cool puzzle though. Very unique. You know, look through all of the one type of ring, but not the other type of ring. Very unique puzzle. I've never seen one of those before. Okay, this is the next level. Solved it already. That's the guardian of the puzzle. Already solved it in an instant because there were so many gold rings, but like it was pretty easy to see through them all. I mean, that just already sees through many of them, but probably not in the correct perspective. Like that does see through all of them. Oh, if I already solved this and the beam of light was how I had already solved it, I'm trying to resolve it because I'm a Papega. Don't make this pattern. Okay, and connect all the dark cells. But I don't need to bother with the white cells, so as long as I just connect the black cells without ever making that. I mean, if I just go like this, and then I go like this, and I accidentally delete that. Do I need to actually fill in the white? I feel like all the dark cells are connected. Okay, I need to fill in the white as well. Easy. Okay, we're making progress. And we can probably upgrade some stuff. It's a shame I have to use the controller on this. 146. No chance. Okay, so 200 will give us more experience on the rings. Blood paints. Okay, we can also paint things potentially. Right. Ooh, a ring we haven't solved. Well, time to instantly solve it. Easy. No re. That guy's still looking at that first one. Sorry, slow. Chuck. Yeah, Chuck knows what he's doing. Chuck's got different hair. Maybe Slow did just go, oh, I like your hair, and steal it, Shangan. I think Slow literally just went, oh, I like your hair, I'm nicking that. Beer drinker. I mean, he's even got the same blue ethereal glow through it, the same as me. Okay, what is this puzzle then? Okay. Touch the Great Pearl to begin the set to... Okay, as we look at things, they turn blue. These last ones don't quite want to go. Okay, so I guess we need to stand in a spot where we can activate all of them. That awkward one, there's just one that doesn't want to solve. Can I? Okay. All I need is to be stood on here, where all the lasers can hit me without being disabled. See, that blocks that one, so it can't be there. Can I move any of these? No. Yeah, I don't think that works from that direction. Okay. But, I mean, if I turn that one off, that's not the end of the world. Okay. These are all staying active behind me. That turns off. Okay. I think it's just a matter of... Right, this is fine. Actually, if that turns off, that's fine. Because I can go and turn it back on from the other direction. It's this one that I need to somehow stay on. Okay. If I jump through here... Okay, can't jump through that bit. Okay, this is a tough one. Keeping all the lasers switched on. Yeah, I can't get to that back one, which is annoying. I need it to be activated without turning on, or without, you know, turning them off. We'll come back to that one. The first one that has defeated us. Did I go through this? Archway did. Okay. I saw an archway and I was like, archway. Did he discover a new one that I don't have? Right. So we could go to New Islands, because obviously we've got enough Mirabilises. Not quite getting this puzzle. Okay, don't make that pattern but connect all the dark cells. Right. Where is my mouse pointer? Where? I mean, I see my mouse pointer, but where's my controller? There it is. Okay. Dark, dark, dark. 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 Controller! I know the dead zone on my controller sucks. Okay, easy. Didn't make the pattern. Solved. That's... You know, all the other people, they can't necessarily figure out what we're doing. Ah. What if I approach this puzzle from a different perspective? Okay, I'm not allowed to solve it from on top of it where I could get all of the lasers to connect to me and never break them. Because that would have been the solution. You know, if I'm on top of it, all of the lasers can't break. I don't think there's anywhere specifically that you can just stand that would be fine. Whatever, we're coming back to that one later. Perhaps. There's a secret one on this little tiny island over here. Don't think I can't see you. Okay, don't make that pattern. Don't make two whites together. Okay, connect the blacks. It isn't even about connecting the blacks, is it? It's just like, don't make that pattern, don't make that pattern. Okay. These are fixed, so that has to be white, that has to be black, that has to be... Interesting. Interesting. Okay, this one's gonna be a challenge. Because that has to be white. We can't make that pattern, so that has to be white. That has to be black. Okay, solved that problem. Basically, we have to go... Okay, this is a problem as well. No, it's fine. We can put two blacks together. It's just as long as it's not a black square. That connects white unless I delete that. Has my mouse pointer gone? Come on, pointer, I need you. Black, black. So close. That's fine. Don't delete that. Okay. Delete that. That doesn't have to be that. That can be white, and then these can be... There we go. Solved it. Pyramids. Beer drinker. I think we've kind of solved all the puzzles on that island. I think we're good. Okay, time to move on. Circles floating in the air. What are we doing with these? What are we doing with the circles floating in the air? Got some water. Okay, probably tells me with this. Okay. Map unlocked. Okay, there are quite a few people further in. Let's see that. 735 logic cubes, 994 hidden objects. I guess these are just the points that we've got. 12 side quests and 0-10 puzzle. And this is only zone 1. Okay, that opens the map. But, you know, we've solved pretty much all of this island, other than the one thing. And there's actually... No, we've been up there, right? And then there's these circles that float over to there, but maybe we need, like, a flying power or something to fly through the circles. So we'll come back to that. Space between the stars. Okay, we get into the pyramids. I remember a time before, a vast expanse, beautiful but lonely. And then it all changed. How did it start, this rush of life, this melody of whispers? With the fracture. You mean the Big Bang? Okay, any hidden puzzles? What is this? Path of the Seekers. Okay, so you can reset the puzzle progress. That's interesting. I don't want to reset the progress. Thank you. Okay, let's keep exploring. Find some new puzzles. Obviously there's one directly in front, but... Beginner logic grid Hydraxian. Okay, this is something. Huh? My controller doesn't seem to be moving. Someone else is moving something in it, but I'm not. I mean, again, you know, seeing controls on controller seem more challenging. Okay, so WASD, nothing works for anything. No controls work for anything. So whoever was moving that thing, I think it's because someone else is in it. I'm not able to interact with it because someone else is playing it. That guy. And it's not letting me play with it because he's playing with it. Okay. I thought we might get to, like, say hello or something, but no, it's only invite to the party. But I guess if I join his party, you know, I can actually maybe then play with that puzzle. That's what I'm gonna guess is the problem. Okay. Another one of these laser grid things that we didn't solve before, but maybe this time it won't be a much harder one. This looks easier. He says. Not realizing what he has gotten into. Oh, come on. It's so close. Okay. Turns out these laser puzzles actually... Now, can I get that one in? Like... There's a point where I can get that one in, and then everything turns off. Barely. But then we're one short again. At last, one. I'm just not able to quite get around. Okay. Yeah, no. It can't be from that angle. Because... Okay, but there's a gap there where I can get that one through. But again, you know, then we're not seeing that. These laser ones are hard. I will come back to that. We haven't quite got the hang of the laser grids. Nice little flower. Okay. Aha, it's an arch race. I can do those. There's a big glow over there. That suggests hidden object puzzle. I can also do that. Or is it just highlighting this is where you come in? It might just be doing that. Never mind. No hidden objects. Okay. But I do like that they're not signposting everything and you just have to figure it out. Every timer drawn, no 3 in a row. Okay, don't make this pattern. Got it. Easy. Made that pattern already. Okay, that's actually hard. Oh, it just means with the black. Never mind. It's trying to outsmart you. No 3 in a row, but you can make 3 in a row if it's not black. Okay, now it doesn't want 3 in a row white, which means black, white, white, black. Controller, why did you skip that? Easy. Okay, don't make this pattern, so that has to be white. That has to be white, that has to be black. Where's my controller going? Okay, there we go. Almost first go. Okay, same problem. Pressing the wrong buttons on the controller though. Okay. They're the only freebies. Actually, there's some more freebies, which means that has to be white, that has to be white. That has to be black. That has to be black. That has to be black. That has to be white. That has to be white. That has to be black. That has to be white. Connect all the dark cells, but without making it in 3 in a row. Easy. Done. That one was easy. Okay. Don't make that pattern, but still, same thing again. Except my controller dead zone sort of awkward. Blame the dead zone on my controller for that. Like, we had that solved. Is this supposed to be harder? It's like literally the most obvious thing in the world. And another Mirabilis. And we've got button enough for an upgrade, but I'm gonna have to use my mouse. That's only for gyroscopic rings. Enables charge jump. I mean, it's extra experience. And rings. Maybe we should have saved the gyroscopic rings, you know, until the end. But, you know, we didn't know that at that point. And they were easy. Okay, if we can find more this ones, surely. There we go. Surely we can solve this one. This one's the easy version. Okay, we did it. Just line up the dots to 1 point and then easy. Okay, we did one of these. The first of many. I'm sure we will figure out the rest. Okay, that is hidden secret object things. We know how to do that one. Find the hidden relics within the boundary. Okay, running out the boundary by accident. There's one. What is that over there? That's just an orb. What are orbs? Okay. There's probably eventually going to be some that are higher up, I would imagine. There's number 2. Oh, there's a time limit. Shit. 3. Okay, time limit makes it a bit harder. 4. No. Where's the 5th? I plead the 5th. Come on, we can do this before the time runs out. How am I missing this 5th one? It's got to be in this grass, right? How? Is there another right in the corner? No. There it is. That was hidden. Okay, we did it. That one was pretty hidden. I'll give you that. Okay, give me my rings of mastery because we have the perk to get extra experience from that. Okay, there's something else in the pyramids. Now, because we've already got secret stuff on the roof. You found a Mirabilis fragment. Interesting. I meant to find multiple in the same area and connect them. Okay, nothing hidden in there. I would have absolutely hidden something in there. Already found. And how many do we have to find to make a whole Mirabilis? That's like more than a puzzle, you know, because you have to solve a lot of puzzles to get a Mirabilis. But I guess if you find the secret things, they're going to be worth even more. There's another one. Oh no, that's a perspective box. But where am I meant to tell which one of those is your partner? 8. I mean, at least it shows me what the symbol is when I grab it. From 800 miles away, the ones that are right next to each other. I don't think anyone else has solved that from up here. That's got to be a world first. At least, you know, considering it has only just come out on playtest, that has to be a world first to do it from that perspective. But where's your partner, and what is that? That looks... Get closer. Okay, I'm closer. Ooh. Oh, we want to recreate that, actually. Challenge. Recreate that. I mean... How close is close enough? How close is close enough, you know? Or am I just, like, filling it with clouds? We filled it with all of the spores. Like, I think we were pretty close. But, like, perfectly matching it is not really that possible. Like, that's damn close. How perfect do you want it to be? It's pretty damn close. Wait. How perfect do you want this to be? And that's looking pretty damn like it. But in a bigger scale, on a bigger orb. You can't get any closer than that. That is it. That is literally it, but bigger. And you're telling me that that's not the solution. That is literally the exact same thing. No difference. That's good enough for me. But it's not good enough for you, is it? Okay, I don't know if I'm getting back up on here, but I'm gonna try. Okay, we got back up to where we were. Ah, there's another cube. I don't think that's the same cube though, is it? It is. Okay, but where's your partner? Wherever this cube was that was up here that I saw. Hello? What happened to the cube that was here? Also, the cubes that were over there have vanished. Did I shift the world by shifting the picture? Surely not. Surely that hasn't changed the location of all of the cubes. Because if it has, that's one heck of a complicated puzzle. But maybe we need the cubes I've fallen. Maybe we need the cubes in a location where they say, is this a puzzle or is this graffiti? There we go. The puzzle! The light pattern mastery. Okay, it's another new type of puzzle. Perspective. 3 of 12. Just a different perspective on the perspective game. Yeah, we have lost the cube that we found up here. It seems to have vanished entirely. In fact. Which is interesting. How was it vanished entirely from up here? We didn't solve it. I don't think it should have vanished, but oh well. Okay. You don't need every puzzle. Okay, there's something with the Sphinx. That's probably another puzzle. More perspective cubes. Where's... Again, completing these very easy, right next to each other squares from the most ridiculous angles from up here. Okay, there's another world's globally thing. Okay, there's a globe on that. There's a whole bunch of red squares. Interesting. I do think they've all moved. I really do think that they all moved. Well, we found a hidden archway. That's probably one of the most hidden. I don't think many people have found that. Ooh, okay, it's our rings. Done. And we get extra experience from that, so, you know, we definitely need to do that. Okay. There's a cube down here. But where would your partner be? Where would your partner be? I'm going to mess with this and it's probably going to shift your thing again. I don't know about you, but that's looking pretty much it to me. Yeah, it's looking pretty much there. Like, I don't know how exact it wants to be with these things, but that's pretty much spot on to me. And we're never solving them, I don't think. Okay, there's more. There's got to be a hidden box. It was probably the box that was up there that has now miraculously vanished. Here's what I'm gonna go with. Okay. Nothing for the Sphinx. Right. Hello, tutorial thing. The whispers are scattered throughout my realm. They will guide you on your journey and tell you the story of those who dwell within. What is your shape? Your shape is D-pad. Okay, so if I see D-pad anywhere, I will endeavour to connect. I mean, tree connection, easy. I see you. You clearly connect to the base of the tree if I actually hit the thing because that leaf is in the way. Okay, the leaf prevented that connection. Orbs. Ooh. I feel like I connected the ones that were visible here from up there. It must have been something new. Maybe it was these. Or maybe it's some cubes that are only visible from up there. I don't know. Something on the roof. Okay, time to go explore the roof. Again. If we didn't go all the way up to that bit. How did I get up there from down here before? How did I manage that? Because that's quite an interesting way up. Okay, we're going to go the easy and obvious way. Has the cube appeared again? No. Okay. Like, there was a cube over here. There was. Where did it go? Where did it come from? Where did it go? I don't know. Ask Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, I should approach that from the left because there's the archway that I can maybe use to get up there. Eagles and owls. Right. Over we go. Boing. Boing. Yeah, standing on that archway or the tree is going to be like the easiest way up. If it is corporeal. Okay, maybe it's too high to get onto. Right, but I can... Hello? Double jump? Why did you not work? That's unfortunate. Right, okay. Well, nobody is messing with this one. I can do this one and... Okay. Okay, you can't play this one on controller apparently, and having no visible mouse is a challenge. For certain. Yeah, having no visible mouse on this is literally impossible. I thought I was onto something with like dragging. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to play this one because this one isn't programmed to work on controllers or without a visible mouse pointer. So we cannot solve that. But I'm guessing it's like connect the colors and connect for, you know, so you connect 4 and then it gets rid of them and maybe becomes a different symbol or something. But right, we can't do that one. Okay, so don't make this pattern, don't make that pattern. What? 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 Okay. Pieces are connected Tetris pieces. I see. Okay, right, okay. Now we have a mouse pointer, ironically, which is stupid, because in the puzzle where we actually need one, you're not allowed a mouse pointer. Okay, so that has to be white, that has to be black, that has to be white, that has to be black, that has to be black, okay. That has to be white. That has to be black. Because it's Tetris pieces. It was confusing. I was like, why is it colouring the whole lot? Have I bugged it out because of the mouse pointery thing? But I think it's just, the puzzle was just being awkward. There. You're having a nice contemplative time, Pred, just staring off into the distance. Okay. I'm gonna go back up there because I'm determined to find out what that thing on the roof is. I'm sure I can get up there. With the skills that I have, probably cannot. Like, we got onto the roof pretty easily before. This one is holding urns. Okay. I mean, I don't think if we jumped onto those pillars anyway, we would be able to get high enough. Maybe we need more powers. We have a charged jump would let us jump higher. That's how we would get up there. Right, okay. So we need 800 to get to that. That one is more experience from the rings. Click and grid to paint the area. Why would we care about painting the area? Why would we care about that? Okay, another lighting puzzle. Okay, cube. We solved this one. It's already solved. Good. Okay. That lighting puzzle's a bit too challenging at the moment. Okay. I mean, if I was gonna put a hidden thing, it would be on top of this. Okay, there's something here. Area numbers must be equal in region sizes. Okay. Oh, I must make them equal to the number that it's asking, right? Okay. 4, 8, 12. Easy. Right. Must equal region sizes. It, you know, must equal the number that it's saying. Dyslexia. Okay, now, like I was saying, I'm sure there would be some sort of secret on top of this. But climbing it, on the other hand, is the challenge. But if we can do it... No! Progress lost. Oh, come on, slippy surfaces. If we can do it, then we will find whatever secrets lie on top, if there is even one. That's not an area that can stand on, really. Fine, we just Skyrim it to the top. Nope. Okay, this is good. This is an actual intended standing surface. Perhaps. It looks the most promising. No! Well, we found some interesting piece of physics. Nope, there goes all the progress. Damn it. So close. So close. Come on, you can get up that. The hardest puzzle of all. How to climb rock. Oh, come on. You can get onto that. Let's go. Okay. You're so close. To that! No! Okay, progress has gone backwards a little. We're stuck on this wall a little. Okay. Come on. We're basically at the top. No! I will find something up here. There's definitely... No, no. Not down. Not downwards. God damn it. There's definitely going to be something up here at the top, right? Okay, if we just jump around the mountain. Maybe the other side has a nicer climb. Okay, why is that so slippy? No! God damn it. Well, we tried. We tried. Back to the beginning. Beer drinkers finally made it off the first island. He was enjoying his beer a bit too much, perhaps. Okay, well, we'll come back to that one. Okay, there's a progress thing saying I should go over here, so I think I should go over here. Oh, we'll solve this one. Easy. Any more? Okay, orbs. I mean, I will stop at every puzzle along the way because, you know, we're solving the puzzles. I am still curious what happened to that one box that we saw that vanished into thin air. I do feel like that Regina urgently needs our help. Hello? Why are you saying I'm here? Okay, well, there's a box over here. So surely there's another box that matches it somewhere. Like there. No, that's a hair. But, you know, I'm sure we'll find it in due course. Either way, there's a thing here. Well, we found it. Easy. Hidden relics. First, look up always. Okay, the boundary is now quite significantly more challenging. Okay, I mean, there's literally a few over here. That's not one, that's something else entirely. Never mind. Oops. Very slippery surface. Okay, it's going to get harder and harder to see these things in this dense foliage. Come on, click it. Click it. I know there's trees in the way, but I can literally see it. There we go. Okay, there's one down there. But is there one hiding up here anywhere first? We need to make sure that we get them all. Okay, there's number 4. Where would number 5 be? That's just the border. They're very hidden. Very hidden. I mean, we found this one already. Not up in the tree. I mean, it's got to be down, hasn't it? It wouldn't extend this far down if it wasn't down. Ooh! That was dirty! That was so dirty where you hit that one. Okay, 4 of 15 hidden objects. Done. What are you? You're just a follow you. Okay. So you're going in there. I'm following. Okay, easy. Ah! Another Mirabilis fragment. Oh, do they all connect? I mean, you're literally signposting where they all are from that lamppost over there. But I'll take it. Anything else hidden up here whilst we're up here? Another structure that's very similar to the first one. Right, let's go look around. I want to see what's in here. There's probably a puzzle, right? A light stain. Another Mirabilis fragment. Yeah, you would think that people were chasing the thing and wouldn't go. There's the other end of the hair. So what I need to do is stand on top of this, probably. Okay. Yeah, from right here. You can connect the hair. It is the hair of the mountain. Okay, done. Wow. Okay. That is another perspective one, and I have to stand on the exact right spot to turn that into a thing, and it looks challenging to figure out where you're meant to stand for this one. Or you just solve it. Or not. Okay, so they're always going to be that same shape then, in which case that's pretty easy to figure out where they're going to be, you know, because you know the shape that you're making. And you can try and figure it out from how it's been skewed. Okay, very long fall. Pyramids, again, looks like something, but we're not heading towards that. Okay, area numbers must be equal in region sizes. Lefts are the center of rotational symmetry. Yeah, symmetry. Okay, so we need that to be rotationally symmetry as well. That's the wrong button. That has to be like that. Which means rotational symmetry. Yeah, thanks, controller. Controller, please. Controller. I would like to just do this on my D-pad because it would be way easier, right? Okay. Now, rotational symmetry. That has to be black, that has to be black. Right. So to rotational symmetry. That's going to be awkward. Like, does the whole map have to be rotationally symmetry, or is it just like the... Okay, this one's tough. This one's a challenge. Okay, that can be white, that can be black, that can be black. That has to be black like that. Right. Means that... Controller, where's my controller thing gone? Black, black. That has to be black. Yeah, no, we had it right the first place for that. Where on earth is my controller, right? So that has to be white, that has to be black. That has to be white. Dead zone. That's now white. Okay, all numbers are equal in sizes, but this rotational symmetry is awkward. Because it has to always rotate to be symmetrical. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that one for now. Good luck, Wim. Intermediate, it's logical. No title equipped. How do I equip a title? Mastery. That titles? What the heck is all of this? Reach a total of mastery to claim. Okay, so we can claim things. Reach a total of 1700 mastery to claim. 1900 mastery to claim. 1000 mastery to claim. Okay, so we're going to be down at the bottom of this then, right? And this is huge amount of stuff. Okay, so we can claim some things. We can claim that. We can claim 500 extra coins. That's actually pretty handy. That actually helps grow us some stuff. No titles though. But the mastery has things in it. Then customization, because we have some new things. Sage's knowledge, we can equip that. It is something that we've got. Have we got any gloves? Oh, we literally unlocked one headpiece. And did we get any clothes? We didn't. But we're not going to use the money on the clothes either. Upgrades, okay. So I kind of want the charge jump. Painting things doesn't seem useful. Power up that makes sky drops easier to see. Okay, so you can make things. Additional logic grid hints, don't care. I think the jump is going to be useful. I'm going to like try and save up for that. Okay, Edwards is now trying to solve this logic test. It's a tough one, Edwards. It's a tough one. This has 4 bits from it, so it's going to be even more challenging. What could possibly go wrong? Area numbers must equal the sizes, and don't make that pattern. I mean, that I can do much better. He says, okay, I mean, it's accidentally auto filling in where I don't want it to. Controller. See, that's where I thought I was going wrong before. Right, okay, so that has to be like that. That has to be like that. Controller, I'm not telling you to feel like that. So close. So close. So close. I mean, I can. Okay, that makes 3. It, unfortunate. Doesn't quite count like that. Okay. Controller, you've messed everything up again, Dead Zone controller. Right. This last little bit, I need 2 2s. Right. 1 would be most obvious to go there. But that connects to you. stay. Just let me cook. Okay. Stop! Okay, that goes like that. This is very unfortunate. It might be that the 5 is wrong. It might be that the 5 is wrong. But I don't think it is. Right. Take this away. Take this away. Right, we can afford to go... Stop, controller. Stop, controller. I can't do that because that's like that. Stop, controller. But I want that. God damn it, controller. We're so close. It's just this, but I need that to be that, don't I? People are making noises by me. Play me some music, friendo. I hear you playing music at me. So close. We can get this one. We can get this one. Because that connects to that. So that's correct. I feel like that's all correct. Okay, easy. Just overcomplicating it. I don't know how to play music. There you go. I can also play music to you. I can also play music to you. Everyone's just sat here playing music. Oh, everyone's struggling with this. Everyone's struggling on that one. To be honest, I don't blame them. It was a challenging one. We gave up on in the end. Okay, so that's follow the ball. What is this? That's a jump portal. And this is find the hidden stuff. Find the hidden relics. I mean, first off, we start in this corner. Easy. Very obvious. Systematic. Exploration. We find this one. Number 2. And we don't fly up in the thing because that would go very, very wrong. We start following the orb, even though we're not following the orb. Why do I have a feeling there's one? I knew it. Why do I have a feeling you're gonna hide one in a stupidly awkward place down there? Because you did. Okay, there's number 4. Then number 5 is undoubtedly in a really, really, really horrible place, isn't it? Like on top of it. Like on top of it, where I haven't been able to get. Maybe not. Okay. Like in this tree. That's outside the zone? No, it's inside the zone. Hidden in this tree? Oh. You've got that one, right? Okay. I'm probably papegaring very hard. It's probably somewhere very obvious. I think this is going to be the first one that we fail. Especially doing things like that. I think we're going to run out of time. Where is it? How am I not finding this? Where are you, hidden objects? Okay, I mean, I can get on you. Oh, come on, you can pull yourself up that. This one's too hidden. Not finding it, no! Okay, you've done a good job at hiding this one. Too good of a job. It's there, isn't it? Is it on there? Perhaps that would be a horrible place. I mean, you could have hidden it right there. I wouldn't have blamed you for that. Got that one. It's not even a timer, it's telling you how much of the pie you've found for the hidden objects, isn't it? Okay, so there is no time limit. But I'm not seeing this one. It's definitely not hidden in the trees. Are we sure it's not hidden in the trees? Whatever. Definitely grab that one, right? Yes, okay. Where are you going, Swirly Ball? Being a little awkward, aren't you, Swirly Ball? Maybe the Swirly Ball will lead us to the last one. Copium. Okay, Swirly Ball definitely trying to run away. Okay, well, he's given us a way up top. It's not where we were meant to go, you know, it's well out of the way. And I think the here's an objects trial is over. Because we left it. But we're up top. We managed to get up top. Now, if we had the thing still active, you could maybe find it from up here, but I don't think that's intended. Okay. Find 10 hidden flow rings, complete 5 orbs. Okay, so there's daily challenges. Okay, and we've got solve 5 puzzle grids active. Doing that. Can I can't claim the others. I guess it's only because we have to complete the active one. I've woven many mysteries amongst the islands of this realm. You're free to explore, but first you must prepare yourself to thrive. Seek out the enclaves and the hidden knowledge within. Also, do I have upgrade power? Okay, now I'm gonna get the super jump. Lights. Additional rewards for solving puzzles perfectly. Ooh. Without ever colouring a tile incorrectly. I mean, we've actually done quite a few without colouring them incorrectly, but at this point, you know, they're only going to get harder. That do be a super jump, alright? Okay. That most certainly will let us get up to that thing that we wanted to get onto before. Okay, we have unlocked the Verdant Glen. The new land has been awakened. 1 of 12 side quests completed. Okay, that's coloured in all of this map now. Travel to the Great Pearl. Climb to the top of the mountain. The mountain that I was trying to climb to before. Or saying there was something on it. No, it's a different mountain. I will be back. I need to just run back to the other bit because I now have a super jump to do what I wanted to do. Go up there. Everyone's stuck on that one. I don't blame them. Don't blame them. But now we can just literally... we didn't solve this one. This one's just a 2-star. Easy. Okay, don't make this pattern. Don't make that pattern. Okay. And it's only with the whites that it doesn't want to make that pattern. And don't make 4 in a row. So if we go 3, white, white. Okay. White, white, black, black. That lets us put these here. That one can be white. That one can be black. That one can be white. I messed up. No. There goes the... Well, we haven't unlocked the 50% reward yet, but we should always play like we're going to have the 50% rewards. I see a problem. I see problems. Okay. Right. I mean, honestly, that can be black, that can be white, that can be white. But then that's white, which is another problem. So close. Ow. Okay, did it. Why I had a chest pain then, I don't know. Okay, we got some new gloves. That's the wrong button. We're gonna put some gloves on. For whatever reason. Just because we have new cosmetic. Why do you start me at the top every time? Or not? Okay, it doesn't look like we've actually got any new gloves, even though it looked like we did. A wondrous gaze. Maybe it was a new mask, I don't... Maybe it's some new clothes, I don't know. It was not. It appears we haven't got whatever it wanted to give us. Okay, so this is the bit where we wanted to super jump on top of, right? Okay, it's weird that you have to jump and then land and then go boing. Okay, there's the thing. Hi, you have done well to reach this place. You're wondering who I am? Am I a breath on the wind, a spark of life given physical form? No, I'm far older than that. The very echoes of time ring within my ears, as if eons have passed in a moment. I'm the last of my kind, except there are lots of you all over the land. Nope, someone else with a super jump. Coming into land! He saw me do this, was like, what's that all about? Okay, let's go head off to where we're meant to be going then. And maybe solve another puzzle grid along the way. It won't be that one, that's for sure. Or fall off the mountain. Okay. There's a bunch of orbs. Touch all 5 flow orbs. Touch any orb to begin. Oh, I see. Oh. We missed. Okay, so you have to do it within a specific time. Not the greatest, but we did it. Okay, you're meant to be able to get that within 6 seconds, but I can't be bothered. Time has witnessed countless moments of sublime beauty. I have been fortunate to behold a world that made my heart quake. Its memory now resides here in the known realm where it cannot be forgotten. Okay. Onwards. We'll find one more puzzle grid along the way. Oh no. One more. Is that not it? Have I not solved it? There must be a hidden one that I'm not seeing. Ah. Oh, wait. A hidden one. There was like several hidden ones. Oh, one off. So close. Like, it just takes us out of bounds slightly, getting the angle that I want. Guess that's not the intentional angle. Whatever, we're not dealing with that one. That one's super complex and challenging. This I can do. From above. Okay, beer drinker is level 8. What level are we? Level 7. Beer drinker is a higher level than us. That's embarrassing. But solved that before I even knew it. Those worlds puzzles don't seem to work either. Okay. You know, we tried and we matched it literally exactly, but maybe I'm not getting what we're actually meant to be doing. Maybe we're not meant to be matching it. Maybe I'm doing that very wrong. No 4 in a row. Okay. Don't make this pattern. Well. It's only no 4 black in a row. It doesn't care about white. It lies to us again. Okay. That doesn't count as a puzzle grid. That's a puzzle grid. Okay, don't make that pattern connect all the dark cells. Okay, well, in that case, we go all the way around the maze and you avoid connecting it in the middle where it pretends it wants. And again, if we had the perk, we could have been getting 50% extra experience, although these aren't seemingly counting as puzzle grids. Even though they are puzzle grids. 500 for that, which we're not close to getting, unless the mastery... Okay. So glasses and gloves. We need to get 50 of whatever this is levels. I don't know what it wants here to get that. Also, if we look at this, logic grids, matchbox, hidden pentabs, armillary rings, hidden archways, light patterns, wandering echoes, sentinel stones, flow orbs. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 types of puzzles that we haven't even encountered yet. Although one of them might be the globe thing that doesn't work. That we can't figure out. And one of them's the stacking connect 4 thing that, again, doesn't work on controllers. Okay, connect all the dark cells without making 4. As long as my controller behaves, which it didn't, it jumped there. But again, you know, we're not sacrificing the 50% extra XP because we don't have the capability to do that yet. But we would have if it wasn't for my gamepad and that puzzle. Okay, do not make that pattern and connect all the dark cells. I mean, that's a 4. I don't think I did make that pattern, you know. It went bump when I made the one block. I didn't make that pattern. I specifically avoided that pattern. It went, no, that's a black block on its own. It is not allowed. Okay, so presumably go around the outside. And then solved. Again, 50% extra XP would be lovely right about now. Could easily be getting that 50% EXP. Okay, we're getting face tattoos and things. I don't care about those. 500. We're at 60. We got no chance anytime soon of getting that. Okay, do the same thing over again. Controller slip. Come on. Controller slip, and we had it solved, but controller slip, you know, again, I play... Thanks, controller slip. As though we're getting the extra 50% EXP. I know that my controller slip has literally deprived us of that every time. But we solved it without making a mistake. It's just the controller slip did a thing. Okay. You earned a Mirabolous. But that still doesn't count as 5 puzzle grids. But we got a Mirabolous. Beer drinker trying to figure out the global globe thing. Trying to solve global warming. So close. Is that not it? Or close enough? The controls are like awkward with this one. You don't understand. Don't understand how awkward the controls are. Like, when it glows red, that's like close, right? Don't understand how awkward the controls. It can't be that it's close, because that's like nothing close. Okay. It's contradictory to what you would think with this particular one. Like, you turn one way and it's like, no, that's backwards to what you're actually trying to do. God damn the controls. Ah. A bit more that way, there. It's not so big. I know that it's not quite on, but it's like pretty damn close, but I don't think that one works. Or at least it's so unforgiving with its nature that you can't get that one. Okay, we've solved that. Right, where are we going? We're climbing this mountain. It's a good job that I can fly. Climb! Oh, was I meant to go around? Easy. I furnish these archives with challenges to lead seekers to new understandings. Some await you now, and more will have been unveiled as your wisdom grows. Okay, so some puzzles don't get shown to us until we level up, perhaps? Unlock the verdant glen to progress. I think we did. Climb to the top of the mountain. Begins. Okay, so we've unlocked new worlds. The Empyrean Journey, a flying star. Ooh, flying. Or are we just back? No, we're not just back at the beginning. Okay, so 3's already solved itself. That's very light of it. Ooh, 5 solved itself. 4 now solved itself. Seems easier than the puzzles we've just been getting. Okay, now touching all of these orbs seems challenging unless you're about to literally give me flights. Might literally about to be giving me flights. Return to the Auroral Statue to collect the rewards. I should probably do that before doing any more, right? Well, I'm going to guess that this jump pad sends us back to where we were. Okay, it does. I do feel like we're meant to... Okay, there's something up there. Probably have gliding before we do that though, but whatever. I'm going to go back to the Auroral statue, but I'm going to steal this on the way. Fan. And then it's it's the adoring fan from Starfield, clearly. We'll go back there. Okay. Claim the rewards. Okay. Find 5 hidden cubes, solve 15 skydrops. Can I just collect them all? Crystal labyrinth, armillary ring, sentinel stones, 10 hidden rings, complete 5 flow orbs. Okay, no, we can only collect one at a time for the daily quests. Interesting. It's fine. It's probably the one that we're most likely to be able to solve. Okay, back up the mountain. The easy way. Who needs to go round? Oh, hang on. But where are your counterparts? I'll come back to that. I see some of the boxes, but, you know, we don't see their counterparts. Okay, send me over here. Like I said. Okay. I'm guessing that you can jump through those rings doing that once you've got flights. Right. Areas must equal the size numbers. I mean, literally, as long as you don't press the wrong button, you've already solved itself. Area outlining, new outsides. Blue exclamation mark. You've already surrounded all completed area numbers with the opposite colour. Got it. It's a bit weird that you're tutorializing this now after we've already solved far more complex versions of these. And, you know, the first one was more complex than that one as well. Okay, areas must equal their size. Okay, now we must make this into... Ooh. Black. You know, it's like the tutorialization for the thing that we already solved much more complicated versions of. Each Mirabilis is a thread of fractal energy that binds this realm. Thus, each one you collect will deepen your connection to the known realm and the lands within. Okay, 2 and 4. Goddamn controller. I don't really need the explanations now. Fill the tiles between 2 areas to different sizes. So, yeah, we did that. Funny that you tell me that after. Boom, 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 boom. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, these are far more simpler than the ones that you were having me do before. On the other islands before this. Themes. Ah, rings. Ooh, more rings. Rings everywhere. Okay. So after this, it's the start of the ring segment. 16! Oh, should have paid attention to the rules. We also have specific pattern rules now. Okay. Okay, so 6, which means that you have to be like that. You have to be surrounded by black. He doesn't have to be surrounded by black. Also, we're not allowed to make specific patterns. Okay, I'm not paying attention again. I'm rushing through. My controller went where I didn't want to. I haven't even counted this 16. I'm just like... Yeah, obviously. I'm just like, it'll make it. It'll tell me if it's right or wrong. Okay. I mean, I knew it had to add up, right? Rings, is that already it? Easy. We get extra experience from them. Okay, 327. 500. Maximum flight speed, don't care. 500 seems the way off, though. Well! Okay, so this one is going to be more of a challenge. There's no specific pattern. What the heck is my controller doing? But I do need to separate these. Because controller, eager painting much. 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess it's because I haven't painted you in. Easy. Without connecting the black. Easy. Those rings give me extra experience. Maybe I should... Okay, 342 plus 30%, but we need 400 for that. But I want the 50% extra pattern. Like, they seem expensive to do, and then that will... Oh, map markers, who cares? If you solve a match 3 grid without using... We haven't been using until restarts. We can get Wandering Echoes without ever returning to the start, and then some of the others are like level gated away. Boing! I don't have a glider! Okay, we've already solved this, right? Okay. That will bounce us up there. Really? Phew! What a name. Boing. I mean, that is very high that the high jump goes. Well, good job in landing on it, huh? Cannot see because of the trees. Oh, there's the one spot where you actually will not land on the thing you're trying to land on. Or the 2 spots. Or the 2 spots where you will not land on the thing you're trying to land on. And it looks like it has a cooldown to charge, so you can't do any more high jumps. Because you've wasted them all. Not quite landing on it. Not quite. And they all came in 2 by 2 by 2. I'm guessing there are like a million ways that you can solve this one. As long as they're not touching. Because again, it's tutorialization. Tutorialization. Clearly. Okay, we can use these bounce pads. And there's some sort of like thing there. Bridge. Solve the previous puzzle. I think you'll find that we have solved pretty much all of them. Hey, have I got to crouch? Because if I could crouch, I could get that a lot easier. The Elden Ring. Press the right button though. Press the correct button to win. Not jump all the time. Yump, yump. What is that over there? Okay, but there's more cubes. Okay, we hadn't solved that cube apparently. Over there. Right, one. One is easy. Where's my controller? That's all you really need to do to solve one, right? 3. Again, I can make like that. 2. All dark cells have to be connected as well. Okay. Pay attention to the rules. This is actually more challenging in that instance then. Right, 5. 5. You have to have a way to connect these. Then 4 up here. And 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't make that pattern. Okay. Didn't notice the don't make that pattern part either. Whatever, we got through it. Okay, then this one apparently we haven't solved on the puzzle of easy puzzles. 5! Immediately starts with the wrong colour. View an explanation! I don't need an explanation to make the things that can only expand in one direction. Must continue doing so. They don't have to continue in one direction. That's not true. It just has to be an area that is comprised of that many cubes. Having solved a lot of them, you are lying about that. Okay, I do see that there's a thing to go there to activate the bridge, but then there's also these over here. Okay, I've already solved that. Never mind. And I've already solved this one. I've already solved this. Okay, never mind. We've done it all. Time to bounce. What is this? I'm sorry. This is a new puzzle? I accidentally found something new? I have no idea what this thing is. It wasn't there a moment ago. Okay, puzzle. 1, easy. Fucks it up immediately. 2. 3. Again, easier than some of the other things that we were doing. Okay, now I'm going to assume this bridge pushes us. Okay, it does. 2. No special rules. 3. But I have to give you there, because otherwise the 4 doesn't complete. Okay. 399. How many did we need? 500? 500. Is this a new puzzle? Just an obelisk? A show? Hey, you will definitely give me flight at the end of this, right? It's the island of flight. Okay, 2. Means it's already... Controller, please. Already complete. 3. Cannot connect to that. 5. No problem. Boing. Okay, golden rings. I mean, I had it. I was just standing and my D-pad was pushing me to the right. Together, the Seekers must collect on us. Mirabilis is to mend what has been broken. I have reached my full potential. It's my strength alone is not enough for what must be done. What must be done? More puzzles? Okay. You cannot connect to that because you only want 3. 2. Wrong button. Okay. Easy. Area overloading. Filling the tile would cause the number to be larger than the number. The tile was painted the opposite colour. And no shit. We've been doing far more complicated things than that. We don't need these tutorializations. Okay, more orbs. Again. Oh, wait. Aha. They're not ones that we have to touch. They're ones that we have to align into a circle. Okay, well now that we know that, we have to go back and do all the others, right? We've already done that. So it's not giving us slight then, is it? It's just you have to align the circles into a circle. Make a super circle. Okay, undoubtedly something perhaps aligns from in this tree. Because why else would you have it? If you don't align a circle from in it. Okay, but that's going through the black set. So we don't want that. But if I go there, easy. Hello. They're like, what? You can make noise? Wait, did you just type something at me? No, you didn't. Pussy. Okay, well. I'm going to start off in that direction. We're not allowed to make black squares. Okay, that's important to know. If I pressed the right buttons, it would help, wouldn't it? Because I intended to not make a black square there. My controller, please. Okay. That's fine. It's not fine. Controller, please. Okay. In which case, that's messed up. Right, okay. Because I can't make a black square in the corner, which actually means that that also then needs to be white. Okay. Controller, you need to mess that up for me. You didn't. That's also a black zone, which means that that's wrong. Okay, that avoids black squares. It avoids black squares. You have to spread in these directions to not make black squares. Unless... that has to be black, okay. You can go there if that is black. Well... but that has to be white, that has to be black. Okay, easy. We did it. Just a little messily, but we did it. Boom, boom, boom. Bussy solving the Omnicube locked. Excuse me. I thought we solved everything along the way. Locked. Okay, apparently we missed something back here. Okay. No special rules. I mean, that has to be locking off to stop them touching. Which means that you actually can't go there, because that needs to be there if I press the correct buttons. If it didn't jump to the other zone, that would have been nice, and we would have instantly solved that. Okay. Because we solved these, we solved this, but we missed that. Why did it feel like I might have been able to make a circle there? Because you probably could have, but probably from a lower perspective. Okay, so now we've definitely solved the one along the way. And there's this one here. Okay. Have to block off, have to block off. Have to block off. Have to block off. Maths. How did I mess up the maths? 5. Definitely 5. How did I mess that up? That's embarrassing. Okay, to the owls. Well. Okay, so that has to be 2. That has to block off. That probably has to be molecular, actually, because you have to... That. Then you need... Where's my controller vanish to? You need 4. Controller, stop running away. I mean... This is actually fairly... Controller, what are you doing? Fairly open. Yeah, maths. Controller, please. I just want to wipe the world. No, just stay where I'm trying to place you. There we go. Yes, I know that this is all wrong because my controller's been Papega. Okay, the 3 like that is fine. That can go there. Controller, don't run away. No, I didn't tell you to wipe all of that area. God, controller, please. Stay where I want you to go. There we go. Your curiosity has carried you far. Now behold the flame that burns in flight. Time to spread your wings and take to the skies. It was the island to get flights. Okay. You successfully completed the Aurora's first trial and unlocked your wings. First trial. 2.5 hours later. Triple jump to fly. Press space 3 times in question. Okay. Because we have double jump unlocks, you know, so it has to be 3. Okay, flying! Is there a limit to how far we can fly? Oh shit. I need to chase that stupid thing. Okay, that's not orbs to touch. But I wanna... solve this and chase you. This is fine. It's not going to run away because I decided to stop off on a brief excursion to solve, you know, I got them, no problem. Enter Mirabilis! Survey available. I mean, I'm playing. It begins! Give feedback later. X on the keyboard, I guess. By the survey in the main menu. Okay. I mean, feedback if I was given it would be like the tutorial to get your wings is like after you've solved harder puzzles a million times over. Well done, Seeker. I sense that you will thrive here. I already have been. I'll cast your gaze upon the known realm. In time, you'll explore its farthest reaches and discover its deepest wonders. Okay, so maybe don't interact with that. Because it's like, that's the end of the demo, perhaps. So, you know, get flight, but don't interact with the thing and talk to it, and then enjoy flying around. Perhaps. Warning, yeah, why did that end it? That... Thank you for joining our open playtest, pre-beta. Play part of the full game, your progression... Okay. Now... If I click play game, is it going to take me back to the beginning without all of the stuff that I just did? Or... what? Because if I knew that that was going to end it, I wouldn't have spoken to Thing and I'd have just enjoyed flying around and doing the other puzzles. But... you know, no warning. End of demo playtest. Even though there's a lot of puzzles on the islands I can go and explore. It just clearly doesn't want us to have flight, does it? Which I guess I can see why they put that at the end of it then, if that ends the demo. But, you know... there were puzzles to be solving that I hadn't solved yet. And you've taken me out, and will I still have all my progress? And my unlocks and my flights? Because I just earned my wings. Let's see. You know, there were other puzzles to solve. Other adventures to have. It's not even taking me into the loading screen, which is interesting. Interesting. Have I gone too far? Is it not going to let me now? Is it like, that's it? You've play tested. Relaunch? I have to relaunch the game, really? That seems awkward. Because, you know, when I relaunch the game, it takes 3 times to load in, and then, you know, it maybe doesn't even hold my settings, so... You know, if I'm going to have to relaunch, I would probably be calling it a day there. It's very, very hot, and I've been going for 2.5 hours, you know, but thank you, Gulame, for the first-time comments saying to relaunch. You know, I might come back to this another time, and maybe if I get a copy for the full release, so definitely... play that and puzzle more. But you know, thanks for everyone that has watched and lurks. It's far too hot and I'm far too sweaty. And you know, it's about almost time to start making dinner, so you know, I might start making some dinner. But thank you everyone that's joined. Do feel free to follow if you would like to see more, and in the meantime I will call it a day there. So that is where I'm going to call it a day, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye bye.